Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because we are going to be playing with the new Colourpop quads. I checked my mail first thing this morning just in case. I had a plan for another video to film and I'm still gonna film it, but I checked my mailbox and these were in there. So I was super excited to be able to film with these for you guys. So this is the little card that it came with. It says, "All eyes on you, introducing our newest pressed powder palette quads. 6 brand new color stories that flatter every skin tone." Oh, that's an interesting claim. Colourpop was really getting some heat for a little bit there about not having vibrant eyeshadows that would show up on deeper skin tones, so that's interesting. What I find interesting is that they have a new finish that is the glitter metallic, a brand new dimensional finish loaded with pearlescent pigments. So we will see what that is about. Now, I only got 3 shades in the mail. Don't get me wrong, I am grateful for that. I looked on the website and I got my 3 favorite color stories, so that worked out nicely. I do wish I had all 6 just so I could show you guys, but I'm just gonna show you guys what I have. So the shades that I have are Mocktail, Creamsicle, and Sparkler. So if you're interested in seeing one of the other 3, then maybe check out another video because I don't have them, unfortunately. So yeah, I am missing 3 of them. I'm missing Citrus Fizz and Cream Soda, which honestly look very similar. I'm okay with missing those 2 because they look exactly the same. I'm also missing Sorbet. I kind of wish I had that one because that one's super beautiful, but maybe I can just buy it separately if I really like these formulas. So yeah, just a little bit about these before I get to opening them. So I did a little bit of math. These retail for $9 US, and with the amount of product you get in here, it comes out to $1.60 per gram. In comparison to their other eyeshadow palettes, their 5 pans are $2.40 per gram, so $2.40 per gram. The 9 pans are $1.55 per gram, so the quads and the 9 pans kind of have a similar value. The best value is still the 30 pans at approximately $1 per gram. So if you're looking for value, these definitely aren't bad. They're better value than the eyeshadow quints, which is the 5 pans. So they're similar to the 9 pans. They're not a bad value at all. But if you're looking for like the most bang for your buck, the 30 pans are still the way to go. I did also want to mention, I looked up their new glitter metallic finish. I don't know if this is like replacing their pressed glitters because their pressed glitters got kind of a lot of bad flack. They weren't really popular in the community, I don't think. I personally didn't love them. I just thought that they were a bit overdone. They included them in like every single one of their palettes. And while they were beautiful, they were just a little chunky for the eye area and they were not safe to use on the eye area. Putting glitter around the eye area is not exactly the safest. You can scratch your eyeballs. So legally they have to say that they're not intended for use on the immediate eye area. And I just wanted to say that that's the same thing with these. First of all, that finish, even though it's a glitter metallic, it still contains PET. PET stands for polyethylene terephthalate. Terephthalate, I don't know. You would think with a science degree I'd be able to pronounce things, but still no. So PET is a microplastic that makes up glitter. So since it's a microplastic, it can get into our oceans and really affect the organisms that could potentially consume the microplastics. So if you are trying to be more environmentally friendly, microplastics aren't necessarily the way to go. So if you're trying to avoid microplastics, all of these unfortunately have that in them. So maybe these would be a pass for you. I really wish that Colourpop would release some biodegradable glitters. I think that would be game-changing. Colourpop is really a leader in the industry in terms of trends, and I think if they kind of made that shift to a more environmentally friendly glitter option, I feel like it would go over really well. So Colourpop, if you're watching this, you're probably not. But if you are, biodegradable glitters, great idea. Okay, so I am going to take all of these out of their packaging. This is what they look like. I actually really like this. They're very small. You can see it compared to my hand if you're looking for something, you know, tiny to take on the go or for travel. Not that anyone's traveling right now, but you know, maybe in the future, I don't know. My whole point is that it won't take up a lot of space in your makeup bag, which could be kind of nice, you know, like if you're staying overnight somewhere or something. I don't know. I'll show you what each one of them looks like once I can actually get into this packaging because this is taking me like 5 minutes per palette. Ooh, this one's very pretty, very smoky. Kind of goes with my shirt today. Okay, so I'll just get into showing you them. This is the shade Mocktail. Very pretty, wow. So the shade that is the glitter is this shade here, which is called Shaken. I'll do arm swatches and stuff for you guys. I just want to like show these first. You can really see the sparkle You can like really tell the difference, at least up close, between the metallic and the metallic glitter formulas. I think I might have gotten them backwards. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so disregard what I said. So this is actually the pressed glitter shade, not the gold. It's the rose gold color that is the pressed glitter. Here I am talking about, oh, you can really see a difference. Clearly not, because I didn't know which one was which. Yeah, I totally got them wrong. I thought the wrong one was the metallic glitter. So just looking at the pan, you can't really tell a difference. So out of this quad, this one here, it's called Big Treat, and this is the metallic glitter formula. And then in the sparkler quad, this one here called Extra Bubbly, this one is the metallic glitter finish. So now that I've shown you all of the quads, let's get into some arm swatches so we can really see what these products look like. Okay, so I am first starting out with the creamsicle quad. This is the first shade here called Frosty, and it is described as a metallic warm peach. So this first shade is the metallic formula. It's very reflective. So I just swatched this shade here that is supposed to be the metallic glitter formula. It was very, very soft. It almost felt like a Super Shock shadow, not quite as putty-like, but very soft and crumbly. I just wanted to show you, as you can see, I kind of made like a little bit of a dent in it by accident. I was a little rough. So if you're using this formula, maybe just be gentle. The formula is very creamy of those metallic glitters. So this is the shade Big Treat, and it is described as a metallic pinky coral with pinpoints of copper, gold, and pink glitter. So those are the two finishes compared. This is the regular metallic formula, and then this is the metallic glitter formula. This is just a first impression, but I feel like the metallic glitter formula is quite a bit more reflective. Next up, we have the shade Dream Fruit, and this one is described as a matte warm coral. And then the final shade is On a Stick, and this is described as a matte rich coral terracotta. So this is the creamsicle quad. Out of this quad, the shade Big Treat and the shade On a Stick are not intended for use on the immediate eye area. So next up we have the quad called Mocktail. I'm so sorry if you can hear that train in the background. I'll try to cut it out, but if you can hear it, I apologize. So the first shade in the Mocktail quad is called Iced, and this is described as a metallic true gold. I feel like that's a pretty good description. It doesn't have too much orange, but it doesn't have like too much of that antique-y undertone too. It's just a very true gold. So next up we have the metallic glitter, which is the shade Shaken, and this is described as a vibrant golden coral with pinpoints of gold and copper glitter. I feel like when these shadows hit the light, you can really see how much more reflective the metallic glitters are, so far anyway. Next up we have the shade Chaser, and this one is described as a rusty matte orange. Honestly, I wouldn't really describe it as an orange. I think it's more of a rust color, maybe like a rusty brown I would describe it as. And finally we have the shade Highball, and this one is described as a matte reddish brown. So this is the Mocktail quad, and out of these shades, the only one that's not suitable for the eye area is the metallic glitter called Shaken. Also, I just want to note that the metallic glitter shade did stain my finger. It's a little pink. That doesn't bug me, but it might bug some people, so I just want to point that out. And the last quad we'll be swatching today is the Sparkler quad. So the first shade in this palette is actually the metallic glitter, and this one is called Extra Bubbly. It is described as a metallic rich golden bronze with pinpoints of copper and gold glitter. It's very beautiful, wow. Next up we have the shade Sweet On, and this is described as a metallic chocolate. Next up we have the shade Seltzer, and this one is described as a matte chocolate brown. And finally we have the shade Cool Cola, and this is described as a rich matte blackened brown. So in this quad, the only shade that's not intended for use on the eye area is the metallic glitter called Extra Bubbly. This one kind of reminds me of like an espresso martini or like a chocolate martini. Very pretty, very rich. Okay, so I have prepped my eyes with a little bit of the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. That's what I've been using lately. So let's get into a quick little demo using these quads. There's not really a shade that's light enough to be a transition shade for me, so we're just going to, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll figure it out. So first I'm going to dip into the Creamsicle quad, and I'm going to go in with this shade called On a Stick. Not intended for use on the immediate eye area, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna grab this on a Fenty Beauty 230 blending brush. This concealer really creases on me quite a bit, but I'm still trying to make it work. So I'm just going to start out by applying this in my outer crease. To be honest, I kind of wish that these palettes came in cardboard packaging. I just feel like it's so much better for the environment. That's just my 2 cents. Okay, so I'm just applying it like that, and then I'm going to take a little bit more and just place it on the outer lid. Then using the same brush, I'm going to dip into this Mocktail palette and I'm going to use the shade Highball. And I'm just going to place this one over top on the very outer part of my lid. And I'm going to bring it up slightly into the crease, but not a ton. Then I'm just gonna take my Urban Decay, what is this? Stay Naked The Fix powder. And I'm just gonna set my brow bone so that I can easily blend out the shades that I applied. Then I'm gonna dip into this pinky coral shade called Dreamful, and Dreamful. I feel like I said Dream Fruit last time. Dreamful, and I'm going to blend out my crease. I'm using this on a Colourpop E23. Apparently we're going coral today. I was kind of intending to go warm brown, but this also works, I guess. So I'm just using this brush to kind of blend out the colors that we have placed down. Then I'm going into the sparkler quad and I'm going to use this shade called Cool Cola. I'm just gonna use this on a super tiny brush. This is a Sigma pencil brush. It doesn't have the number on it anymore because I rubbed it off. This thing's like over 10 years old at this point. So I'm tapping off quite a bit of product. I just want the tiniest amount. And I'm just going to place that on the outer lid very close to the lash line, just to really add some depth and smokiness. Now, I want to use one of the glitters, but I don't know which one. Well, that's tricky, isn't it? I really am drawn to this one in the sparkler quad. This is the shade Extra Bubbly, but I don't know if it would go with the look. I just feel like it's a little bit cool tone for the coral I applied. So I'm gonna go in with this one here called Big Treat. This one's from the Creamsicle Quad. So I'm taking this on a Fenty 220 precision brush. That's very pretty. Oh wow, I really like this new formula. It is like super duper sparkly. Again, it's not intended for use on the immediate eye area, but I'm doing it anyways, because I am a risk taker. That couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm like the least risky person in the world. That metallic glitter formula is so beautiful. I feel like it's way prettier in person. I feel like it's not really showing up on camera the way it is in person. Let me see if I can like flash my flashlight on it from my phone to see if I can really show off that glitter. Like the little sparkles. I don't know if it's gonna pick up, but it's very, very beautiful. I didn't expect to like the metallic glitters this much. And then I'm just gonna go back in with this deep brown Cool Cola. I'm just gonna grab it on a little angled brush. This is a Colourpop E6. And I'm just going to use this to line my eyes. Some things to note with the application of these shadows. The metallic glitter does appear to have a decent amount of fallout. I would recommend using a glitter glue underneath just so it can really grab onto those sparkles and make sure that you don't get like Fallout City. Also, the mattes are super soft, but at the same time they do have some fallout as well. So if fallout really bugs you, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe these aren't for you, but I personally really like them. They went on beautifully, nothing was patchy. I'm gonna finish up my other eye, do the rest of my face, and then we can move on to the lower lash line to finish up the eyes. Okay, so I finished the most of my face. I tried using the Milk Makeup Flex Foundation. I have a review on this on my channel. I'll link it up in the cards. I haven't used it like in a long time. I don't remember how long ago it's been, and I really don't like it on my skin today. I don't know if I used something different. I remember liking this product though, and I just don't like it today. So if my foundation looks a little wonky, yeah, this is why. But anyways, moving on to the lower lash line, I am going to dip into this shade. What's it called? Highball. It's from the Mocktail palette. I'm just using this on a little Colourpop angled brush again. And I'm just running this on my lower lash line. I think I'm just gonna stop it about halfway, maybe a little more than halfway. Then I'm just gonna go back into this coral shade from the Creamsicle palette called Dreamful, and I'm just using this on a little brush and I'm just going to blend it out. One of you guys gave me a tip for the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer and said to use like a really small amount. So I did that today. So far so good with the creasing. Maybe that's the key to this product. Maybe I'm just too heavy-handed with concealer. So I'm just kind of blending things out. I really like this look. And then I'm going to dip into this shade here. This one is called Frosé, and I'm just going to use this as my highlight shade. So I'm just applying it to the inner corner. It might be a little bit too dark for a brow bone shade for me, but we'll try it anyway. Yeah, it's a little dark, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Then for eyeliner, I'm going to use my Long Lasting Eye Pencil in Hot Chocolate from Essence. I really like this product if you're looking for an affordable eyeliner. And I'm just going to run it on my waterline. For mascara, I'm going to use my NYX On the Rise. And then for lashes, I'm going to use a local lash company. This is Coco Couture. They're vegan lashes, and this is in the style 27. So I'm gonna apply these off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have finished the look and this is how it turned out. I think it's really pretty. So now that I have used these products for the first time, I'm going to give you like a final roundup of my first impressions. My first impression is that they're really nice. I really like them. I think the glitter metallic formula is super beautiful. It applied to the eyes so nicely. It's very reflective. When I swatched them, I wasn't sure if I was going to see much of a difference between the regular metallic formula, but I certainly do. The mattes blended nicely. The metallics were nice. The glitter metallics were probably my favorite part. So I think formula-wise, if you are interested in these, you definitely will not be disappointed. I just have a few critiques of this product, and this is just my personal opinion. This is what I would have liked to see. First of all, I would have liked to see cardboard packaging, just better for the environment all around. This little plastic component, it might be recyclable. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, cardboard just has a higher likelihood of being recycled. Also, I wish that we saw a biodegradable glitter formula, something super sparkly, but without the use of microplastics. That would be amazing. In the future, that's what I would really like to see from Colourpop. And I feel like it would be a very good selling point for these eyeshadow quads if they included the use of biodegradable glitter. I think even if it made these products a bit more expensive using biodegradable glitter, I think still they would have sold a little bit better. That's just my personal opinion. Obviously, I'm not an expert, but I personally would have been a lot more interested if that was like a selling point of these products. Finally, I want to talk about the colors. I feel like they play it very safe with neutrals because they know that that's what people use. And while I think that is smart on one hand, on the other, I just feel like they keep taking the same colors and just putting it into different packaging and different palette sizes and like calling it a new product. I just wish that they had some more creative colors, different color stories that would have been really interesting to look at. Especially with quads, I feel like it's such a small color story that could have been like an easy thing to do, to create like a really bright one or something very interesting, but they stuck to neutrals. So yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents. I wish they would have done something a little more interesting with the colors. As for it working on all skin tones like they've claimed, I can't really be the judge of that. I feel like it would have to be a person of color. These do look a lot more vibrant, definitely not as ashy as some of their recent launches for eyeshadows. This one in particular, the shades go particularly deep, so that's always great. I think you would just have to watch a person of color's video in order to determine if that is a true claim, but these colors are definitely more vibrant than what they've been putting out recently. I will say that. So yeah, that's kind of my final roundup. The formula was really beautiful. I just wish that the color stories were a little bit more unique. Something a little bit more fun, something a little more spring appropriate maybe could be cool. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like very creative, if that makes sense. And yeah, I think that's it for me today. Let me know in the comments down below if these quads are something you're interested in or something you'll be picking up. I'm not sure if they're still doing this, but I did place a Colourpop order yesterday and they were doing free international shipping with no minimums. So if you were interested in like just getting one of these, I feel like now would be the time. I personally ordered some lashes and one of those liquid blushes. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there in case you were already like wanting to get one. And yeah, let me know in the comments if these are products that you are interested in. And I think that is it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want. If you don't, that's okay. I just really appreciate you being here. It helps out my channel so very much by you watching, so thank you. Please leave any video requests you may have in the comments down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!